guys, it's Cece, and Merry Christmas! I hope you're all having a lovely day, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. So yesterday was a very normal, non-emotional video, right? Totes the norm here on this channel. Yesterday, I talked all about the things in my life in 2018 that were terrible. So, to celebrate Christmas and to celebrate the end of this year, and to celebrate the end of Vlogmas, because this is it. This will be, you guys are going to get a couple days break before you get another video from me. To celebrate that, I want to talk about all of the really wonderful things that happened to me in 2018. Whether they were big things or small, silly things, I want to talk about some of the cheery 2018 memories I have, because while the year was, overall, a yikes, it did have a lot of really good moments that I want to remember and that I want to share and talk about and maybe make you happy on Christmas or whichever day you are watching this. Just to show you how organized I am, I wrote this list on my phone at 1:30 in the morning a couple of days ago. That's how I plan videos now, apparently. Good thing! Number one that happened, I got a new car. I got my very own car that's in my name, which is grown up of me. I love my car. It is a Nissan Versa Note. It does a very good job getting me place to place, and it makes me happy that I have a car that is all my own and that holds a lot of stuff, because I always got stuff in that car, and that is why it was purchased. That is why I got a hatchback. But it makes me happy. I'm really glad I got my car. Another, at least very grown-up thing that I did, if not a thing that made me happy, a thing that made me happy later, is I signed up for my own health insurance. Yes, kids, these are the things that we celebrate. I got my own health insurance, and that is legitimately a thing to cheer about, because for a while it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I made it happen, and that is good. And since we're focusing on the beginning of the year first, I could also talk about the fact that I did a Frozen photo shoot with my sister. My sister and I, we dressed as Anna and Elsa last year for Halloween. Our mom makes really incredible costumes, and we have wanted to be able to do Frozen costumes for a lot of years, so we finally did, and my fabulous cousin Camry and her husband went with us to the ice castles that are here in Utah, and we froze our asses off taking pictures. It really was that cold, it really was that icy, and I did wear high heels for most of the evening, and just that sheer top while taking photos. But it was amazing because I got to hang out with my sister, I got to hang out with my family in general, and we met so many kids that night that just would come up to us and ask us for pictures. A lot of little girls came up and asked if they could hug me. It was really cute. It was a high point. I also saw Love, Simon. Yes, Love, Simon was just earlier in 2018. I saw it 4 times in the theater? Honestly, I don't remember at this point. I saw it early in January, and then I saw it multiple times with whoever I could take to go see it, in March when it was actually released. And, like, that feels like a momentous thing because it's one of my new favorite movies of all time. I have watched it so many times in 2018. For a while, I was going on at least watching it once a month. That's faded, the past couple of months, but, like, Love, Simon was a big deal. Very glad I watched it. Very glad that it came out earlier this year, and I think it's a really meaningful movie to celebrate, so Love, Simon. Off topic, but look at the rainbow that's on my sleeve. That's what, I just want to show you the rainbow because I went on a rainbow shopping spree a week or so ago. I just wanted to get myself some clothes that made me really happy, and I wound up getting a lot of rainbow patterned clothing. This one's more subtle, but I love it. I love having some really excellent rainbow clothing in my closet. It's gonna make June super fun. Although I won't be able to wear this in June, as it's a sweater. Rainbows year-round, that's the point. I got a new tattoo in March of this year. Back when I truly didn't know the storm that was coming. I was like, you know, I feel like I've made it through the worst that 2018 has to offer. I'm finally gonna get my tattoo that I've wanted to get. My tattoo is Keep Moving Forward. It is part of a Disney quote. If you know it already, you probably know it from Meet the Robinsons, which is originally where I heard the quote, but it is part of a much longer Walt Disney saying. The longer quote, for those who are curious, is, "Around here, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths." It is one of my favorite quotes of all time. It is a quote that I think about all the time when I'm going through difficult things, so I got it tattooed on my body finally. My cousin is the one who tattooed it. She's also the one who did the Deathly Hallows on my wrist, so it was nice to be able to get some new ink on my body, especially some meaningful ink. Okay, let's see. Other stuff. I got to work with Disney a few times this year, which is like bonkers to me. So I got to work with them on a few different videos this year. I got to do a really fun video where I got to put on my Holtzman cosplay and talk about conventions. I got to do a room tour for a new like Disney book release. I am currently working with them to do Artemis Fowl promotion, and it's been the weirdest thing because like I've loved Disney my entire life, and everything that I've talked about is stuff that I would have talked about on my channel otherwise, but it's incredible that I get to work with people to talk about it. Like, I've been excited about an Artemis Fowl movie for, I don't know, when did I read the book? Since I was like 10 or 11, and it's kind of amazing to me that I get to work with Disney to promote it when I promise you I would have been dying about it anyway. That's just like wild to me. I've done a few things this year that are honestly wild to me in terms of working with people I admire so incredibly strongly. I got to see C.B. Lee again, author of Not Your Sidekick. I got to hang out with her at FanX. We did a video together, which I love a lot. You should go and watch that. But also, we just got to hang out and get to know each other more while she was here for FanX, and that was really awesome because, again, like, I read Not Your Sidekick before I knew her, and, like, I consider us friends, and that's really cool. I also got to interview one of my top 3 authors of all time, Victoria Schwab, which was I'm still overwhelmed by it, and this was actual months ago. So Victoria Schwab was coming to Utah to promote Vengeful. And she was coming to the bookstore that I love here in Utah, and I was like, maybe I could email her about possibly doing an interview, and then I was like, no. I do not have nearly enough attention or pull to do an interview with an author of that caliber. I'm just gonna go to the event and appreciate it. And then, like, 3 days after I decided that, her publicist emailed me and asked if I wanted to interview her, which I got that email when I was in a Starbucks drive-thru, and I nearly ran into the Starbucks. Just like, that was absolutely wild. And it was so lovely to meet her and to be able to talk to her more one-on-one because I absolutely adore everything that she writes. I also got to meet one of the authors of Autobiography. Autobiography is written by 2 lovely people. I met one of them, and I got to tell her a little bit more about how much that book means to me as a lesbian person who grew up Mormon. I met her at that same event. It was an overwhelming evening. We're kind of jumping around at this point, so I'm going to continue to jump around. The other thing I want to talk about in terms of my channel and, like, big things that happened with my channel is that I got to host a readathon with Penguin. I've been working with Penguin for a while now. I've never hosted a readathon. I've never been able to participate at that level in a readathon, and it was a really awesome experience. I had an amazing time, and I'm like ridiculously grateful to Penguin for giving me that opportunity because I don't know if I would have pushed myself otherwise, and I'm so glad that I did because I had a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that I got the chance to be that involved in an event like that. I discovered a new podcast that I love and listen to all the time. It is the Raven Girls podcast.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
I'm Navita.
And we're
the Raven Girls.
Welcome to our Raven Cycle podcast,
where we talk about 4 dysfunctional teenagers and their very best friend, who just happens to be a sentient, talking, magical forest.
If you are a lover of the Raven Cycle, I highly, highly recommend listening to this podcast. Don't listen to it if you haven't read the series. Basically, the whole point is that they are spoilerific, so they talk about things throughout the series, but they discuss things in little chapter groups at a time, talk about foreshadowing, character development, plot holes, discussions of everything, deep dives on some of the more magical elements of the story and historical elements of the story. It's just made me even more passionate about a series that has already become like my second favorite series of all time. So it's been fun. I can't wait to reread the books in 2019 and then continue to listen to this podcast because they're into the Dream Thieves now and I am ready for this. I got to see a lot of movies with my best friend this year and that has been really fun. I am a lover of movies. I am a lover of going to the theater, and it's been a while since I've done that regularly, so it's been really fun to get back into that, to see all the new releases. I like sitting down with a lot of people in a theater and enjoying a movie, unless that movie is a horror movie, because people truly show their worst colors when they are sitting in a theater at a horror movie. Halloween was a good movie. The theater experience, subpar. But the point is, seeing a lot of really excellent movies and some really terrible movies, you know, it's a mixed bag with my best friend, has been a very good part of 2018. It's gotten easier since we now live in the same apartment, so that has been fun because yes, I moved into a new apartment. I got my name on a lease like a grown-up, and that has been really awesome because I got to, you know, have a space. It's really cool to be on a lease in an apartment because now I live in this apartment that I help pay for. It's cool. Want to give a big shout out to my cat. My cat Leia. I feel like at this point, despite the fact that she is a cat, she must know how much she has helped me. Leia, my sweet Leia, did not used to be my cat. She was my family's cat. And then when I was going to move back east, I talked to them and convinced them to let me take her. And then I didn't move back east. So when I moved here, it was kind of already a done deal that she was my cat now. And she is like the light of my life. She gets me through everything. She spends every single night cuddled up right here next to my head. She sleeps right there snuggled with me every single night. I wake up every morning and she is with me and she knows that I'm upset. She'll come and say hello. She'll let me scratch her neck and cuddle her. The point is, Leia is my fave and I adore her and she's perfect. I love her. I got to see a couple of concerts this year, a couple of live shows that were really cool. I got to see Delta Ray. I love Delta Ray and have loved Delta Ray since high school. The circumstances of seeing them, you know, it was when I was visiting Janelle in Pennsylvania, so it's like, oh, let's distance that part of it from the memory of seeing Delta Ray and the two ladies who sang. Were pretty, and they did a very good job singing. That was really cool. I also got to see Lesbian Jesus this year. Haley Kiyoko, saw her back in April. It was one of the coolest experiences. I didn't foresee myself getting emotional in any way about it, but I got a tiny tad bit emotional when I was in this huge group of girls and Haley Kiyoko started singing Girls Like Girls and she was waving her rainbow flag and we were all singing it back to her. And I was just like, oh wow, there were a lot of queer women in this room singing about loving girls, and the tiniest hint of a tear came to my eye. But mostly, I just had an amazing time because Haley Kiyoko did an amazing job, and I love her forever and always. Started taking meds for depression, which is also a good thing. I kind of talked about that more in my bad things video, but taking medication isn't a bad thing. Taking medication is a good thing because it helps me be more myself and it's helped me through a difficult time. So that's a positive. I consider that a positive experience. I also went to FanX this year. For so long, I keep missing FanX when it comes to Utah because it's always been like right when I leave for the East Coast or something like that, but I got to be here and I got to make really fun cosplays and I got to hang out with Brian and do fun stuff. If you haven't seen our vlog, you should go watch our vlog. It's fun. But we got to do some fun cosplays. We did a fun Wreck-It Ralph, Fix-It Felix cosplay. My sister and I went as Anna and Elsa one day, and then Brian and I dressed as Batman and Robin from Holy Musical Batman, the Star Kid musical, because it is our favorite things. So that was cool. I got to be in the Pride Parade again, which was like the last celebratory day of working at Target. That was my last official day with that group of people from the Target that I used to work at. So I really enjoyed that for those reasons, but also because I love being in the Pride Parade. I chopped off all my hair. I haven't changed my hair like really significantly in a while, and this felt like a very significant change. Felt like I got to update my form of self-expression, which I did a whole video on that I really love. So if you want to hear more about my hair journey, my hair and my sexuality, self-expression, and all those things, you should go and watch that. But it was really cool to cut off my hair, and I've really loved having hair like this. It's good. I'm a big fan. I also got a new camera that I'm currently filming on. Most of you probably already know I got the new camera. But it's been fun to update my channel and the quality of the video that I get to put up. Like, the first time I edited a video that was filmed on this camera, I was like, look at how high def it is. And, I think the last thing I just wanted to talk about was my vacation, yeah. There is a full vlog of my vacation. There's a video of everything, guys. Video of anything good. That's not true. There's a vlog of my trip that I took in June that, like, I'm so glad I'm always going to have this vlog because that was the most incredible experience of my life, but I have a tendency to be, my memory isn't the greatest, and so when I'm not currently experiencing a thing, it doesn't feel as real to me. So I'm so grateful that I have a full vlog to kind of contain the memories of that trip. But during that trip, I got to go to Australia, Indonesia, and China. 3 places I have never been in my life before. I got to check off, like, new continents as far as travel. I love travel. I love seeing the world. It's one of my favorite things, and it was amazing to be able to experience those 3 places, especially considering that, like, Indonesia and China were so incredibly different from anywhere I've ever been before. So I'm very grateful that I got that opportunity. I also got shat on by monkeys in Indonesia. You wouldn't think that'd be a good memory, but it is because, you know, now I have that story, and I'm gonna treasure that story and those monkeys that shat on me. Those are the things I want to talk about. I just felt like yesterday, with talking so much about all of the ways that 2018 has been hard, I wanted to talk about the things that have made me happy because I don't like to forget the good when I focus on the bad. I want to be able to remember the bad because I want to be able to remember the things I've gotten through, but I also want to remember the points of this year where this year was really good because it did have high points. It did have things that I want to remember. It did have moments that made me really, really happy. And also I didn't want to end Vlogmas on a horrifyingly depressing note, which is what yesterday was. Oh, I want to say one more thing about a good thing this year. I want to shout out a Funko Pop. My man Groot. Here he is, right here. I want to shout out Groot because no one ever pointed this out. Groot has been in a different position behind me in every single Vlogmas video. So, if you missed any videos, you should go back and watch them so that you can figure out where he was hiding. There are a couple of videos, there are 2 videos he's not in. I'm not going to tell you. You let me know which 2 videos he wasn't in. And there are 2 videos where he is in the same place. But other than that, he's in the background of every video, and he constantly moves around, and that was Brian's suggestion, and it made me really happy, so shout out to Groot, because that was a fun element of Vlogmas. Thank you so much to all of you who have been watching my Vlogmas videos, who have been with me as I've been able to finally be more creative and to push myself and to have a lot of fun on this channel, because I have had a lot of fun. I have had so much fun with the stuff I have created, even though it has been wildly all over the map as far as, like, tone, type of video. It's been really fun to push myself that way. And I did it. I finally made it through a Vlogmas. I made 25 videos this month. And that's a really big deal to me because I've never been able to do that before, and I'm really, really proud of myself. So, that is another thing to be grateful for in 2018. What have been some of your very favorite memories of 2018? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear more of your happy stories. I hope your holidays are very, very lovely. I'm wishing you a happy holiday, and I will see you in another video very soon. Although not tomorrow. Give me a couple of days. But soon. Bye!